Fantasy Football Fanalist Podcast, presented by Fantasy Data. Here's your hosts, Billy Muzio and Bradley Stalder.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Fanalist Podcast presented by Fantasy Data. Billy Muzio today with a friend of mine that I have known for, what has it been, 14, 15 years, Josh?
It's something along those lines, yeah.
Somewhere along those lines. We've known each other for years. We've actually worked together in real life. Josh is one of our Patreon members on our Patreon account. And one of those benefits is we get to draft a live draft with our Patreon members. So head on over to Patreon, check out our FF Analysts. Take a look at what we offer there. Josh has been a loyal member here for pretty much since we started from day one. And now, because of his loyalty, we're doing an FBG draft tonight. So Fantasy Football, FFPC, FootballGuys Championship Draft. From the one hole, we got Christian McCaffrey. I mean, we couldn't ask for a better spot for our draft together, Josh.
No, I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to this. It's been a while since I've done a one quarterback draft, and never done one of these big drafts, so I'm excited to see your insight onto everything, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Josh is a super flex dynasty junkie. He is in multiple leagues. Him and I are in several leagues together. We're texting each other all the time about football and dynasty and bad trades and good trades and everything that happens between two friends texting each other. So, another thing to consider here, we are in FFPC, so that's tight end premium league. So you'll see players like Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, George Kittle, all the top tier tight ends kind of go in the first two rounds. And then you'll see people like Pitts and Hawkinson kind of go in that 3 to 4 turn. And then you'll see Andrews kind of float in that same area, usually more in the middle of the fourth. So if we do feel like going that way, that's how early we're going to have to pull that trigger.
Okay.
Anything, so you play on Sleeper quite frequently. Anything abnormal for you in the first round here on FFPC that you would not see in Sleeper?
Well, like I said, it's been a long time since I've actually done a one quarterback league, so not seeing quarterbacks fly off the board is a little refreshing. But no, I mean, Stephon Diggs at 1.6 is a little surprising to me. I guess that would be the one pick I've seen so far that, Zeke going to 1.5, he's going a lot higher than he was at, springtime this year when draft started kicking off. So I hope he does well. I have a lot of Zeke invested this year.
Yeah, I haven't pegged for a bounce back year. I mean, the offensive line's healthy. We're hearing Dak is healthy. I think that he should have a pretty good year. He's down to almost his college weight now as well. So it should be pretty productive year for him here. Stephon Diggs going ahead of Devontae Adams is a little bit abnormal as of late, or Tyreek Hill. So wide receiver 1 selected off the board at 106, which pushed down Devontae Adams a bit because Austin Eckler went there at 107. So those are really the only abnormal picks. But I mean, a case could be made for any one of those wide receivers as wide receiver 1.
No, absolutely. I mean, in one of the last drafts I did, the first wide receiver off the board, I took Stephon Diggs, but I also paired him with Allen. I felt that was going to be a good stack for that. But, yeah, I think Diggs is going to have a monster year.
Where's your beer at? Do you have a beer in your hand?
Dude, I don't drink.
Oh, that's right.
No,
I forgot
have
to quit. Yeah.
Seltzer water. Yeah, no.
Seltzer.
No beers for me. Yeah.
And I'm over here pounding a bottle of wine.
I was about to ask where your wine was. I know you're.
Oh, it's right here. It's getting poured.
I'll keep it full, I'm sure.
All right, so we have Aaron Jones, the 12 hole, which has been pretty common. Barkley is starting to climb back up boards. He was going in the kind of the middle of the second for quite some time over here. And then as we're getting closer to week 1 and news out of camp is becoming more positive with him, we're starting to see him creep back into the first round or to the end of that 1-2 turn. JT kind of had been living right there. And then DeAndre Hopkins goes there. Darren Waller made it all the way to 2-4. That's pretty late for him as of late.
Yeah, I guess it was a pipe dream hoping he'd make it back to the turn.
Oh, there's no way. I haven't seen him in the second round in quite some time.
I love that guy.
Mm-hmm. We could have fired him up 1 overall and said, fuck ADP and just done our thing.
Yeah. Well, let's try to win this thing. So play it safe, I guess.
You don't want to get too crazy.
The 1-1's kind of early to go real bold. You know what I'm saying?
I've fired up Waller at the 4-hole before. That's the earliest I've taken him.
Yeah, I mean that's early, but in one quarterback.
In this format, it went board went Christian McCaffrey, Cook, Kelsey, and I took Waller right after Kelsey.
Well,
I've fired up pretty much every one of those players. We talked off air about the volume that I do. So I mean, you try to diversify yourself as much as possible. So I've taken pretty much insert any name there in the first round, all the way from like pick 1 through like 2, 3, 2, 4. Insert that person right where Kelsey is, and I've taken them that whole.
Wow.
Just try to make different builds. Try to get unique.
Well, I mean, that's what these big tournaments are all about, though, right?
Being unique. Exactly. Swing for the fence, be unique. Try to go against the grain. Try not to have something that 100 teams have or 200 teams have. Whenever we're building these, I try to take a look and say, hey, what can we do to really separate yourself from the crowds?
Now, how easy is that to do from the 1 hole?
It's not as easy to do. I mean, you're able to, if you could take, somebody like Allen Robinson or push up Pitts or somebody like that and try to diversify a little bit. But even then we're starting to get into, some serious numbers in this tournament. I think there's 10,000 people total in this tournament. So we're getting near the end of drafting season to where unique combinations are few and far between now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I would love a George Kittle here if he made it. I like who you just added there. I like Keenan Allen as well.
Oh, man, someone just took Jefferson.
Oh, that's fine. He's got that AC joint.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I know you love Kittle. Just that offense scares me. But grab him.
This late. I'll pick one. You pick one here. I like George Kittle. And looks like you have Keenan Allen there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd like to go that.
Okay, lock them in.
Perfect.
So let's go ahead. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up Fantasy Mojo's stack finder over here. I don't think we're unique right here, but we will see. Kittle falling this far is a little abnormal, but Waller also fell. So let's see how unique we are. How many teams? If you had to guess, how many teams do you think have this start? Out
of how many?
I don't know how many we have right now. I think we're at like 6,000 maybe drafts. I think there's 4,000 left. I may be wrong.
Let's say
though.
10%.
Don't quote me. So you think roughly 600 teams have this stack? I'm gonna say 20.
20 teams?
20 teams. Yep.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm pulling it up. I have no idea. I'm guessing. George Kittle. I'm punching in the names right now. Okay. This might be. There's about 40 with just our first 2. Let's add in Allen now. Three teams have this start, including us. So only 2 other teams have the stack.
Well, that's unique, I guess.
Yep, that's unique enough for me. For the first 3 picks.
Nice.
So when we come back around on our 4th pick, we'll take a look, and if we're between like 2 players, we'll punch them into the stack finder here, and we'll see if we can be unique at 4. That's something I use as a tiebreaker.
That's interesting. And now, is that how you've been building all your teams? Is with this stack finder?
Not all of them, but I do like to use it. I'd probably say 70, 80% of the time I'll take a look at it. Sometimes I just want a player and I take them, right? But if I'm looking here and if I say, hey, it's between Keenan Allen or CeeDee Lamb here, or Keenan Allen and Terry McLaurin for me, I'll punch in some names and say which of this combo is most owned, and then I'll go the other route.
Oh, okay.
So looking at the queue, let's take a look. So we are how many picks away are we? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20 picks away. Yep. Looking at the queue or the available players on the left, what are some names that you're hoping make it back?
Um, and it's hard to filter because you got to think half good 15 of these guys will be gone.
Yeah, make sure you click the ADP button. Don't do the rank. The rank is bullshit. Yeah, I wish they had the line. I do like that feature that Sleeper has, like expected pick and around there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the ADP down this way.
17 away now.
He's already gone.
Well, Patrick Mahomes went a little early in this one at 3-7.
3-7. Wow. Bob Woods went.
Bobby Woods.
It's tough. I hate to say it, but this is like the part of the draft where, I don't like the picks as much as the later rounds and the earlier rounds. But I would like to see, I'll just put them in the queue so you could see who I'm referring to.
Yeah, people can't hear us. We're recording. We're not live.
Okay.
So you're going to edit being sniped.
You're going to edit it all out? I guess it really doesn't.
Just DJ put a big Moore old happy face over your head.
Yeah, DJ Moore would be cool to see come back at the 3-4 turn.
Probably unlikely, but it'd be nice.
I know it'd be nice. What do you think of Julio coming back right around that time? I mean, how big of a season do you think he's going to have with AJ Brown? And is AJ Brown going to have a good season?
I'd probably pass on him there.
Yeah,
he's been going kind of that middle to late 5 lately.
I would like to see. He's probably even early. I mean, T. Higgins might be there.
I would love T. Higgins there. That's exactly what I would pick.
I mean, I have been picking up a ton of him this year in hopes, and I've been actually trying to buy him everywhere I could, dynasty wise. I think he's gonna do well. In fact, he's who I based we did another 32-man team, and he was my main wide receiver I targeted. I think he's gonna help that team out pretty good.
Yeah, I like T. Higgins. A lot.
A lot of people are freaking out about Jamar Chase right now too. So
he's been falling.
Yeah, man, how quickly that happens.
Yeah, people are starting to say he's this year's Henry Ruggs, which I will gladly take the discount. But
yeah, I mean, as long as he doesn't fall down to Harry's status, yeah, I think we might be okay.
So I'm curious to start seeing where James Robinson goes. So last night we were doing a main event draft, and I got him at 7-4 as ETN was going into the tent. And
he'll probably go 5th round, probably.
I saw him go, as I say, earlier in a best ball draft today at 4-6. So
now here's the question: do you think he goes ahead of Jacobs now?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, Jacobs has been going kind of middle of the 5th round is where he kind of averages.
Dude, I mean, I've gotten lucky and gotten him on the back turn of the 5th round a couple of times.
Yeah, sometimes he falls. Like a best ball draft, I got him at 6'3". It was in that video showdown that I shared today on Twitter and YouTube and texted you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And, I'm biased as a Raider fan, but I think he's going to have a better season than a lot of people think.
Biases?
The homerisms.
They're going undefeated.
No, I wouldn't go that far. Come on, man. I'm a realist, but undefeated.
So I just pulled up the last 3 days of these drafts, and Jacobs now is going at 412.
So he's going earlier.
Look at DeAndre Swift falling all the way to 4. What is that? 4-6? Yep. People taking coaches speak a little too much.
I mean, people. David Montgomery going before him. Wow.
Yeah, I would take Swift ahead of Montgomery, but think people were just scared about week 1 and not playing, and who knows if it's going to be more. Dan Campbell said he may not be ready for week 1, but I think he was referring to his conditioning more than anything. But I don't own a lot of Swift. I just think that offense is going to be pretty bad outside Hawkinson. And I've been taking Jamal Williams in like the 10th and 11th over him.
I've been picking him up in a lot of drafts. Swift, and in fact, out of the 40 some odd teams, I have 4-7. Wow, now, where is he typically going in these?
He's going anywhere from like 3.10 to 4.4 on average. So I mean, he slipped about almost a full round from his average, maybe half a round on a bad day, but that's just far to me. Like if Mark Andrews makes it back, I'd be tempted to take another tight end with the tight end premium here.
Double tap the tight end.
Yep, and then you can start one of the flex and get the 1.5 PPR points. Plus, you have all the receivers there who are hurt right now. Marquise Brown still nursing that hamstring. You have Bateman coming back from that surgery. Sammy Watkins is fucking Sammy Watkins, and is
he's gonna be good the first week and just fall off,
disappear. You never see him again. It's like Kaiser Soze, just disappears.
Seriously, that's amazing.
Yeah, if we could get like a Mark Andrews, T. Higgins stack here, oh my god, or not stack, but just turn, I should say.
That'd be nice.
Wow, look at your boy go, Josh Jacobs.
Look at that. Went even earlier.
Look at that. You have a Canadian Raider fan in the house. Now you've seen it all.
Yeah, most Canadians I know are Niner fans, which is weird also.
Because they like to root for great teams. That's why.
I don't think that's it. I don't think you're mistaken with that one. Come on, dude. You've had Jimmy G as your quarterback the last couple of years. It's not great.
Jimmy G sucks. I hate Jimmy G.
I know. I
look at that. Jairus James Robinson too. Wow, DJ Moore might make it back to us too. This is gonna be hard. If DJ Moore, Higgins, and Mark Andrews make it, oh my god, we have a debate. We have a debate here.
We can't trade picks, can we?
No, can't trade picks like sleeper. I think if that happens, we take. Oh, there we go. Maybe.
Well, yeah, dude. Andrews and Higgins has got to be the picks, right?
Yep, I think so too. Let's lock it in. Awesome. So we got tight ends. Now we're done for the position. We don't need anybody else. So we'll lock in. You know what? I'm going to lock in Higgins first so I can say that we got Andrews in the 5th round. I don't care if it's one pick.
Boom.
I'm helping ADP here.
There you go. That's nice.
So we have our anchor running back. We have our tight end 1. We have our 2 starting wide receivers, and we have our first flex spot filled out already. It gives us a lot of flexibility here. We can just, take double tap wide receiver next turn if we wanted to. If there's a running back that falls to us that we like, we could take a wide receiver and a running back. So I think this start gives us a lot of flexibility here.
No, I think it looks good. I like it. I haven't taken a lot of Mark Andrews. I've taken him in a few spots. In the few spots I've actually have taken him, I have double tapped him off of Grab a Waller in the earlier round. So I do like that double tight end threat with that premium.
Yeah, it's very nice to be able to have 2 elite tight ends, especially in a week-to-week basis. Like we all know Kittle's an animal, but let's face it, he's injury prone. Like he gets his aggressive play style, gets him off the field sometimes. So being able to slide into Mark Andrews, if that does happen, we still have a positional difference there. And if both are on the field, forget about it. We have 2 outstanding tight ends and 1 being rolled out in the flex every week.
Yeah, no, that should be huge.
Miles Sanders fell all the way to 5.3. He's been slipping lately.
It's another crowded backfield.
Yeah, it's not horrible. I mean, we just saw Curry on get cut, so that's 1 less cook in the kitchen. We have Still have Gainwell, and we still have Boston Scott. I think people are more concerned about just the offense and the line and everything that entails it. But I mean, people forget Miles Sanders was going in the first round last year. And I like the talent. I think the situation kind of sucks, but I think that the talent is there. And if there's a running back within that kind of round 4, round 5 area that could significantly outplay ADP, I think it's Miles Sanders. Could be Josh Jacobs too.
I was about to say, I think Jacobs can be in that same category. Because last year he was going back in the first round, early second round.
Yep. It's kind of nice being on the tips. I mean, a lot of people don't like it, but it gives us lots of time to talk football, drink some wine.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been in the one hole. And in fact, this whole draft season, I've found myself in nothing but the 6th spot. I haven't been towards the front or the back of any draft, man. Always dead smack in the middle.
I mean, people are going to hate me when I say this, but I own 20% Christian McCaffrey. That's how much I've had the one hole. I have, out of over 100 teams, I've had it, 20 times roughly. And there was a time where I think in one day I had like 3 drafts from the one hole. It was crazy.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Did anybody tell you draft too much?
Oh, yeah. My wife tells me all the time. And she hates it. She's going to love it when I bring home $500K, though. I'll be like, tell me again I draft too much. Tell me again.
As long as you don't burn it all next year and the next year, you should be all right.
If I win it, I'm going to buy a plane, and I'm gonna name it like Sir Drafts a Lot or something.
That'd be amazing. You have to fly down here just so I can get a picture of that.
Oh, I plan on it. Yeah, once I get my plane and I'm able to fly myself, October I'll get the license. Spring is when I'm hoping to buy a plane. At the latest, maybe next summer, and then from there, Liz's family's in the Bay. They're between. They're in Pittsburgh, they're in Concord, Walnut Creek, kind of all that area. So we'll be able to fly into Concord and hit everything up.
Yeah. They need to come fly into Livermore and come hang out over here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a quick drive too.
Yeah, no, it's not far. It's not far at all.
But why fucking drive when I can fly, right? Like, what the hell? Well, why would I even do it?
So you plan on buying a new plane or a used plane?
Oh, hell no. They're way too expensive new. So it's like, it's way too expensive new. No, I'll buy it used, and I'm looking at even possibly going to like a timeshare, like a half ownership.
Oh, they do that?
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
It's just it just helps out overall everybody with savings of maintenance is expensive in planes, so
I can imagine
it helps offset that, and then it also helps with just the hangar. I own a hangar, but there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. But if everything is just split in half, and like realistically, like the guy I'm talking to about looking at half his plane, like he only flew, I think it was like 37 hours last year. Like that's nothing, right? So to be able to split with somebody 50-50, and if I fly 70 hours or 60 hours, even we're both under 100 hours a year, then that longevity in your plane is fine. And like that play, for instance, like it takes from Bend here to I think I timed it to Concord. So Bend to Concord is just under, it's like an hour and 40 minutes.
That's not too bad.
No, it's like a 9-hour drive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're super far away. I've Googled it. I'm like, damn, that's a long drive.
It is a long drive. No, fuck that. We'll wait till I can fly. What's your opinion on these rookie running backs? Javonte Williams, Trey Sermon. Dynasty out the window. Don't think about Dynasty. Redraft only.
I'm not drafting them. Here's my thing. I am skeptical on rookie running backs in redraft leagues. I don't, especially where they go as far as their round. I feel like you can get something better than the unexpected. The unknown worries me when it comes to those positions in their first year in the football league. What about yours?
I feel partly the same. I just also think that, at times they're being overdrafted. I mean, look at Javonte Williams going ahead of Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, look at Trey Sermon going ahead of Antonio Brown, Kareem Hunt. These are proven vets. And, I could be wrong, and maybe they're league winners. And I don't own a lot of them. I own less than 5% on both of them. But I also think that there's a chance that, Javonte Williams doesn't really hit a stride until the second half of the season. And you just took him. Well, this team took him as his third running back, but there's some scenarios where they're taking him as his first or their second. And I just think that you just find yourself more in a jam by doing that. In a tournament play, I understand it, but this guy took 2 of his 4 running backs. Here are rookies. He's probably going to paint this thing yellow and then grab his tight ends. But I just think that it's a little scary for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. In redraft, I don't think I own a single Williams or Sermon share. Got a couple Sermon in Dynasty, but I even have those on my taxi squad. I don't even have them ready to play year one.
So I'm gonna start adding to the queue here. We're 1, 2, 3, 4 picks away. I don't want to say his name because I hope he makes it, so I'm not going to say his name. But it's a quarterback. Then we have Juju Smith-Schuster.
All right, okay.
Robbie Anderson. I like Dak. You put Dak in there. I was hoping Lamar Jackson would make it stack with Mark Andrews. He didn't make it.
And I even would have preferred Dak over Lamar, but Lamar run game is a little better, but if Dak can come anywhere near to what he was putting up last year, he can do 5,000 yards this year.
So we also have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks off the board. We have 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks ahead of Justin Herbert still on here. We could chance it and hope Herbert comes back to us at the 7-8 turn and pair him with Keenan Allen.
Dude, that would be amazing.
That's what I'm thinking we should do. Worst case scenario, you can grab like Matt Stafford later or even Ryan Tannehill. So I think we push quarterback here and set the Dak trap, and because we don't really have a stack, and I would probably prefer now that Lamar's gone, taking 2 receivers here.
Okay, so I'm assuming Juju's the one you'd want to see, and then
I like Juju. I wouldn't mind pushing up Laviska Shenault.
I was just about to put him in the queue. I would like to grab him as well.
Okay, so let's do Juju and Laviska. They're both week 7 buys. 1 second, and so is Keenan Allen. That's 3 week 7 buys.
So what if it's what route is?
You know what? We could just say
grab him.
I'm fine saying fuck it and just take the guys we want, and then we already have the other flex position filled with Mark Andrews with our quarter or with George Kittle. So we already have T. Higgins, so we'd only have to worry about one other wide receiver for that week. So I'm fine taking both these guys here.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's lock it. Go ahead and lock them. No, get that guy. Don't misclick that. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Don't even dare throw him in the queue. I clicked that out as fast as you clicked that in.
I'm just seeing if you're awake.
Wide awake when I saw his name. I set my wine down. That's how serious I got.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. This team's shaping out pretty nice. I'm liking this team.
Yeah, no, it's
deadly.
Definitely got a solid wide receiver tight end.
Yeah, and running back. I mean, we have Christian McCaffrey. I mean, that you pretty much win right there.
Well, I mean, if it was that easy, we could have just stopped drafting and put it on auto, right?
I know. Ask all my Christian McCaffrey teams last year how it went.
Just tell everybody to send the money this way, right?
Yeah. I'll take anyone listening. We'll take your resignation right now. You can just go ahead and send us the money. We'll give you 25% back, and you can call it a day.
Yeah, we're being nice. Yeah, I didn't have much McCaffrey last year, but the one share I did have, I had Michael Thomas as well, man, and that team went to hell real quick.
I actually had quite a bit of McCaffrey last year again. But every team that I owned McCaffrey in, I either picked up Mike Davis or Myles Gaskin or both. So it worked out okay.
Oh, nice.
So there goes Dak. There goes Russell Wilson. So far, the plan is working out okay. Aaron Rodgers is still on the board. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams to the right without quarterbacks. I doubt all 4 of them take quarterbacks. If they do, then WTF, we'll just push the position.
Yeah.
I mean, in this type of draft, you can get Baker Mayfield in round 18, round 17, round 19, undrafted at times.
And I like Baker. What? Really?
I'm dead serious. Yep. I own shares of him as my only quarterback in round 18.
Jeez.
And that's the other thing with FBG. Like, you have a waiver run prior to week 1. So I only like to take one quarterback because of shit that happens, like with ETN, right? If you take extra stabs on running backs and just load up on these running back 2s, late in these pit things, like I told you, we're just going to panic grain, and you load up on these picks, you're, any injury that happens, it just skyrockets these guys up the board. So you have a positional advantage. And then worst case scenario, if you need to add a quarterback, if you need to add a quarterback for week 1, then you can make that waiver adjustment week 1.
So I noticed it's $1,000 fab you have for the season.
Yes.
So what is a typical, quarterback go in fab? I mean, people blow their.
Get them for you can get quarterbacks for under $10.
No, okay.
You can when you have position, for instance, like Xavier Jones went undrafted in a lot of these earlier drafts. I could see him going for anywhere from 80 to 200, right? Like, you just don't know. Yeah. Maybe more. Who knows? People are probably going to YOLO and just throw him out there because they own Cam Akers, right? and they have to. Their season's on the line. They drafted Cam Akers early, and he took him round 1. He got hurt. They maybe own Darrell Henderson as a handcuff. Or if they did do that, or they don't, and they're going to try to grab Jones, or there's all sorts of those type of things where players that went undrafted early are now very relevant on waivers in week 1. So people are going to throw money at them. But, that's the reason why I like painting it, green at the end of these drafts and taking just nothing but running backs or at least, 5 or 6 straight later on, because running back is a fickle position. People get hurt. It's just the way of the lay of the land, right? Running backs have a short life expectancy in the NFL. So, we see it every year. Big names go down or somebody gets hurt. And we've already seen it with Akers. We've already seen it with ETN now. And it's going to happen again. And if you are able to keep those guys on your roster, it pays off dividends in these tournaments. Look back, and I have teams that I have, Darrell Henderson as my running back 2 in the 11th round. Right. I started builds with Travis Kelce and DK Metcalf and Keenan Allen, and then took, TJ Hawkinson and just kept up those builds. And then, you're able to get Darrell Henderson that late when now he's going in round 3, round 4. It's a huge advantage.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hunter fucking Henry just went at 7-10. I got him last night in the 14th round in FBG.
Wow.
YOLO. He should have stayed on auto draft. He was doing better.
So let me ask you think he comes back and takes Johnny after that?
Maybe. He could have done that from round 9, 10 on. He could have waited much later, but hey, power to him. Thanks for the donation.
Yeah, I've been snagging Henry, Johnny way deep into best ball drafts.
Yeah, it's common. I think inside the Fantasy Showdown video that I posted on YouTube today I think it was 10-11 turn. He took both of them. And I thought, hey, that's early for Henry, but hey, get your guy, right? Do your stack, do your thing.
Yeah.
And that was Adam. Adam's a sharp drafter. He took 5th in the main event, I think last year before. So I get it. I like when people do it. I like it myself, but I would never do it in the 7-8. I mean, AJ Dillon right there, another guy who's going earlier now. He's usually going in around 10.
No, why do you think he's going earlier now?
People just pushing him up the board. I just looked it up. He's going in round 8 now in the last 3 days in FBG. I'm just used to getting him in 10. I wouldn't pull the trigger on 8. That's crazy.
Wow,
this guy loves his running backs.
Wow, dude. 8, 9, or 9, 10, 10, 11, 12 are just loaded on running backs.
I mean, that's why we're getting value.
Yeah.
So far, the plan's working out. Let's hope he makes it back.
What about Team 9? Is that all receivers?
Yep. 3 receivers. I think that's early for Brandon Cooks. Let me see where Cooks is going these last few days. Cooks is going in the beginning of 8, so I guess that's not too early. People are sliding up boards here.
No, sorry, Team 8. They have
that's
all receivers.
Yep.
Yeah, wow. Aaron Rodgers just went. Oh, Herbert just went.
Dang, it took him. We almost made it. Okay, well, now we push the position. So 1, 2, 3, 4 teams still. Is that 4? 1. Nope. 2. 3 teams don't have a quarterback, so we can easily push the position. Well, it was a chance. We took it. We failed, but I'm fine with Juju and Shenault still.
Yeah. So what do you think of those 2 guys?
Did you add them to the queue?
Yeah.
I'm going to refresh. I don't see anybody. No and no, thank you. I just don't feel like you're winning tournaments with those guys.
Okay.
I'd rather have somebody. I added one in the queue there. I'm going to add another one because it's a full round of value, and this is not a homer pick, I swear.
Oh, no.
But he's been going at the last 3 days. He's been going at 7-1. So we'd get 2 rounds of value on him if we took him with our 9th pick.
Okay.
Either that, or we could take Gordon. That's about a quarter to half round of value.
Let's give Mostert a shot over Gordon, I guess. That'll work. If he's still there.
I would say Mike Williams, but we have all these week 7 buys.
Yeah. Well, I know. And Shark is still there, dude. But, with LaVisca.
Shark sucks.
You think so?
Yeah, he's the whitest recruit on that team. And we already own LaVisca.
Exactly.
Mooney would be nice. Ooh, he left them both for us.
They're all there.
Okay. Are you good with Mooney?
Yeah, let's do it.
Anybody else you prefer?
Not with what we had to work with in this grouping. No, that'll be fine.
Okay. I know you liked Laundry. If you want Laundry, I'll do Laundry here.
No, let's get that. Let's get that running back.
I mean, if we're gonna go Baker though, then we could do.
And that's the only. That's the only reason why I was considering it, because I knew we'd probably pick up Baker.
I look at Laundry more as a floor play rather than a ceiling play. Would you think Laundry or Mooney? Who do you think has a better ceiling?
I would think Landry, but that's just me. I think Landry has, not the rookie quarterback coming in and or Andy Dalton. So,
okay, we'll do Jarvis Landry for you, and we'll do Raheem Mostert for me.
All right.
It gives us each a guy. It gives us a little bit of a floor play with Laundry as well. Who knows? What if Beckham goes down? I don't anticipate it, but if he does, he's the wide receiver 1. And we talked about taking Beckham, or not Beckham. We talked about taking Baker late now. That the quarterbacks that we want have fallen off the board. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers here. We have 2 tight ends. We just got our second running back in the 9th. And Raheem Mostert has been averaging 7.1 the last 3 days here. We just got him, 1, 2, almost what is that? 2, 3 rounds later than Trey Sermon. I'll take that all day.
I like the way this team's starting to look.
It's got upside.
So with these drafts, defense and kickers, when do you start evaluating those?
I'm usually taking them anywhere between 17 and 20.
And do you take more than one?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Yeah, some people do. I'm not that guy. I'll rather stream a defense. And if I miss out on elite defense, I'll take Carolina in round 20 because no one's taking Carolina because they're not that good of a defense. But their first 3 weeks, they play the Jets once, Houston once, and then they have the Saints. So depending upon who that quarterback is, there could be picks if it's Jameis Winston. And so you have 2 out of your first 3 matchups that are just cakewalks as well from a defensive standpoint. You have a rookie quarterback and you have Houston, which is Houston. Enough said. And then so I really like Carolina defense the first 3 weeks of the season. Wow, Marquez Callaway's on the board. He went 808 last night, and he went 804 in another draft today. It's been so hard for me to pull a trigger because I was getting him in like round 17 and 16.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's just a filling guy until Thomas comes back, right?
If he comes back, I mean, that relationship is sour as well as that foot. So I'm not counting on Michael Thomas playing this year. I mean, will he play? Probably, but I'm not counting on it. I won't draft him in the first 10, 11 rounds in this format anymore.
Who, Thomas?
Yep. I got him in round 13 in a FFPC best ball.
I mean, it's worth a shot that late.
Yeah, but round 7, I mean, you're taking people like Dak Prescott ahead of him, or even Justin Herbert or Deebo Samuel, Michael Gallup, McCole Hardman. I mean, yeah, Michael Thomas is Michael Thomas, but he hardly played last year. He waited all this time to get surgery. I don't think he wants to play football.
Not for the Saints.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's starting to get that Antonio Brown attitude.
Exactly, the diva tendencies.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
All right, let's take a look at the board. What are the teams you like beside ours?
Let's see. I like Team 5.
Okay.
I like the running backs. They got some decent receivers. They got Russ a little late. They got Noah Fant. That's a good one. Team 8, I'm concerned about what the hell they're doing. I
think he's lost that C.
You took Tom Brady as your second quarterback before you took a running back or tight end. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy at this game, but even that's a suspect. Team 4's got stacked at running back, in my opinion. They got Lamar. Robert Tonyan could have another good year. Some decent talent back end with their receivers. What about you? Yeah, 12 is kind of nice, though. Jones, Barkley stack. Where are you looking? What do you think is good?
Taking a look at builds right now. Yeah, I like 12. I don't hate it. I also like 5. Yeah. I would have preferred Najee over Mixon, though.
Yeah, Mixon's been a letdown.
I guess I'm biased. I love our team.
Yeah, the team's nice. Team 2's pretty solid. They're pretty good. I like that. I
like Team 2 as well. I like that build as well.
Team 8, man, that one's awesome. All right, so you're saying Baker is now going projected for what round? Like so late?
I'll pull up FantasyMojo.com. So everyone listening, FantasyMojo.com is the best source of ADP for FFPC, and according to FantasyMojo.com, Baker is going in round 1803. So if we really wanted to, we could take him in round 17 at the beginning of the turn to lock it in to be safe, and just pick one quarterback and do it from there. I'm fine doing that. Or if we wanted to, we could take if we do take a second quarterback, we could gamble on somebody like Trey Lance, or we could gamble on somebody a rookie with high upside, and then take a Baker late like that.
Well, Baker has a late bye week this year, doesn't he?
Oh, I have no idea off the top of my head. Let me check real quick. Browns schedule.
Yeah, week 13. So, I mean, you could ride him almost all year without even needing another quarterback, barring he doesn't get hurt.
Yep. I like it. Oh, man. This turn, I would love to take, if they make it, Marvin Jones and Melvin Gordon. Oh, fuck that guy. Marvin Jones. Right as I say it. God damn it.
Man, you couldn't even finish his name. Oh, man.
So what a cocksucker. Get out of here. As soon as I should have said it. God damn it.
No, you jinxed that.
Oh, man. I'm tilted. All right. Melvin Gordon's still on the list. Kenyon Drake's still on the list.
What about Hines?
I was going to say Hines I like as well. Okay, I'll throw him in the list. So we have 3. We're up in 3. I think we'll get one of these guys because this guy's already got 3 running backs. Who knows? Russell Gage went, so we're guaranteed 2 of these guys, so we're golden.
Now, do we double tap 2 at that position, or do we grab another receiver?
I'm taking a look at receiver here. Is there anybody else you like? I mean, Rondell Moore, Terrace Marshall, maybe, but
outside of those 2, taking a stab at Brian Edwards. Hines just went.
Okay. So I'd say for me, it's Melvin Gordon easily. Melvin Gordon's been going in the 8th. We're getting him in the 10th. And then we have Drake, who's been going in the 10th, and we're getting him at the beginning of the 11th. You're getting a slight bit of value. There's still a lot of quarterbacks on the board. We talked about pushing the position. I'm not a Rojo fan. I am, but
What are you talking about?
I like Ronald Jones. There's so many backs in that offense this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Ronald Jones, they have Leonard Fournette, now they have Gio. It's a muddied water now.
Yeah.
What do you think about Gordon and Drake?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get your Raiders too.
Yeah.
I'll lock in Gordon. It gives us another 60 seconds to talk. Is there anybody else here that you like?
You running back wise, no.
I'm any position doesn't need to be running back. Oh, you froze, Josh. You there? Oh, there we go. I can hear you now.
I said it would be a toss between Drake or Marshall.
Terrence Marshall.
Yeah. How much time do we have left? 25 seconds?
Yeah, I'll let you pick. I'm good with either of them. I'm going to let you pick.
Yeah. I will go Drake. We'll take Drake.
Oh, the Raider and you came out.
It did. It did.
Their shoot-up schedule sucks, but it's that's fine. We have a serviceable running back too, regardless of who it is. We have a solid team up top. We got extreme value on Mostert, extreme value on Gordon. 2 rounds for each of them, quite frankly. Drake a half a round, and then we'll see who comes back. I mean, maybe we do get I doubt Terrence Marshall comes back, but maybe we get a Terrence Marshall. Maybe we'll get a Brian Edwards. I'm fine with both those guys. I'm adding them to the queue right now.
Yeah, it'd be nice if one of those guys came back. I think
keep looking at running backs though. I'm going to add in Ronald Jones because I'd pick him here. Devin Singletary, Xavier Jones as well. There goes Rojo. Penny, I'll add in here. I'll add Chuba as our handcuff. Chuba, technically. I call him Chuba.
Is it Chuba?
It's Chuba Hubbard, yep.
Yeah, I call him Chuba also. So since we do have our 2 tight ends, when do we look? Are we looking to grab a third one at any point in the draft, or are we gonna just ride with those 2? Nope. All right.
No. If you take 2 top tiers like that, you don't touch a third.
You're just good. Okay. How many rounds is this draft?
20.
20?
Yeah,
it's moving along. It's moving along rather nicely.
Yeah, it's moving pretty quick, actually. I think we're going to be done about 6:30.
Yeah.
I'm really liking this team shape up now.
Yeah, it's I like it a lot. Got some good depth in the running back position now. Week 7 is going to obviously suck, but outside of that, I think there's going to be really good. Oh, Team A finally took their running back. Leonard Fournette, RB1. What do you think? How do you think Hilton's going to do this year?
T.Y. Hilton?
Yeah.
I think it's a crapshoot. I mean, I think he's going to suck, but it could be. I mean, he could surprise. He's got a quarterback who can actually throw it downfield this year if Wentz does play. But I don't think he's going to do much. He's old. He looked like he lost a step, and injuries have always been an issue. All right, let's take a look at the board here. Ryan Tannehill went. Joe Burrow went. So people are already drafting quarterback twos. Go ahead.
Wow. And so that's completely uncommon for these then, right?
No, it's not uncommon. There's always retards in the sea, but it's
Oh man.
I don't find the need. Like there's no reason to take your quarterback two when you have viable starting options on the board still. And I mean, you have Patrick Mahomes. When are you ever starting Ryan Tannehill in a one quarterback league? Never. Bye weeks, injuries. That's it.
Yeah.
But if Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, that team's probably toast anyways. At least from a tournament standpoint.
Yeah.
So I just don't see the need when you draft a top tier quarterback to ever take a second quarterback.
Do you see that, dude? Stafford and Lance.
That's fine. I pray that they continue to do this stuff, and we're gonna get the players that we talked about last pick that we contemplated taking.
No, absolutely.
I'm not saying their names because that happened last time.
No, don't do that. Don't even do that. I see them sitting in the queue. Let's just leave it at that. But when you start to see, these teams snipe their second quarterback, does it not make you worrisome that a player like the quarterback we want to grab in this, hopefully the 17th, might go or get picked far sooner than that?
I mean, we still have Jalen Hurts on the board. We still have Trevor Lawrence on the board. We still have Kirk Cousins on the board. There's a viable starting option.
Yeah,
almost anywhere. I mean, I don't care. I'll start Derek Carr. He's
not horrible.
He's not horrible, the best. He's not the best. But what I'm saying is that some of these players are going undrafted, and to lock up somebody like Joe Burrow or Derek Carr. I mean, the difference at the end of the year could be minimal. We're talking about maybe 4 or 5 points a week at the end of the day. And so, does Joe Burrow have upside? Absolutely. Does Derek Carr have upside? Probably not. Right. But at the end of the day, when you're building a team that's stacked up top like ours is, when you have this tight end up top, you have the wide receivers up top, and then you have the running back core that we have now, and you're pushing quarterback like we are, then it's okay to wait and take a quarterback because we're only taking one, or we wait until we get a value.
Okay.
Like Jalen Hurts at this point, I'm starting to wonder if I want to wait for Baker because Hurts does have the rushing upside. And he's going in round 11 on average. We're going to be able to get him in 13-1, another 2 rounds of value, right? Do we take the upside with the rushing game? Or do we just keep pushing it and take Baker and grab?
I mean, but is he going to be the starter all year long?
Who else is going to start? There he goes anyways. Doesn't matter. So don't take him. But it's those are the kind of questions I ask myself. Like, I'll wait until a value falls to me, and I'll decide from there. Trevor Lawrence goes in round 14 on average here right now. Fields is going in around 12.
You think he starts week 1?
I think it's getting closer and closer every week. I would have put it at less than 5% 2-3 weeks ago, but I'm going to start putting it at 25-30% now that he starts week 1. Yep. Nagy keeps saying no, but
yeah,
I think he's starting this week in preseason, they said.
Niners face the Raiders this weekend, right?
What is it?
Niners face the Raiders this weekend, right?
Ooh, I have no idea. I don't follow preseason as much as I should.
Yeah, they play each other.
That's a cakewalk.
For the Raiders, yeah, no, dude.
Oh, there goes Fields. I would have thought about him here on the train. We could take Trevor Lawrence and pair him with LaVisca Chenault too. We could wait another round. I'm praying that one of these receivers that we liked last round make it back.
Well, we're three picks out. Let's look at those teams. I think there's a good chance. Well, they went Lawrence.
Yep. Double quarterbacks. Well, they're not taking 3, so
Cole Beasley.
oh,
We might get them both.
Please make it back. I don't think we can double tap. I would want another receiver or another running back as well. Wow, they both made it. I think Terrace Marshall's a lock. Let me look at the running backs available still. Darrington Evans is still there. McKinnon. There's actually quite a bit of running backs. I know you want Brian Edwards here.
I do.
Okay, let's take Terrace Marshall and Brian Edwards, and then next turn we'll take either double running back or we will take a quarterback as well.
You want to take Edwards?
Yeah, let's do it. Boom!
See, now I feel even better about that. Marshall coming all the way back and getting Drake where we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a heavy quarterback tight end run in those last 2 rounds.
Yep, that's fine. I'll keep pushing it. I don't give a shit. If they want to keep taking try to block us, that's fine. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams with 2 quarterbacks now. And they're going to keep taking quarterbacks trying to guess who we're going to take.
And that just wastes bench spots for them.
It does. Yep. Every draft, there's at least 1 to 3 teams that I think eliminate themselves off roster construction.
Due to what? Too many quarterbacks or
just poor roster construction? Like look at Team 8, for instance. He's got one.
Oh yeah,
one
it's
running
horrible.
back right
It's horrible.
Right. His 2 tight ends are not. I'd say they're tight end 3s. Right. Maybe at the best tight end 2s. Back in tight end 2s.
Yeah. What? Jared Cook's 40 by now, right?
Yeah, and he took Jared Cook way early as well. I just think that taking Tom Brady where he did, you can only start 2 receivers and 2 flex spots. So his next 3 picks are on his bench. Right. I mean, had he taken 5 receivers, sure, but his next 2 picks should have been in a different position.
Well, I mean, look at it. One's Michael Thomas. He probably won't play this year. And Antonio Brown's like 1 punch away from getting kicked from the league anyway. So.
I'm liking this team, brother.
Yeah, it's a good look. It's different from how I used to draft, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Tournament plays, you got to do a little different. And Dynasty, I mean, you play so much Dynasty, this is probably freaking, you want to pull your hair out right now or you're.
No, no, because even the couple of Dynasty leagues I started this year, I used to go so running back heavy the first 3 rounds, if not, all 3 rounds that, it left me so weak in other positions where now learning from you, I kind of tried to even things out as far as position wise up at the top first 4 or 5 picks to get a little better balance and then fill in from there. So I do like this build. It's super balanced. It looks good. I like it.
So I like to call this is an anchor running back build, right? You have your running back 1, and there's no argument there. And then you just fill in the rest of your roster minus your quarterback. I mean, people can argue that we should have taken, a quarterback at that like 9-10 turn and taken somebody like Tannehill or taken somebody like Matt Stafford and just locked in the quarterback position there. But you and I are both high on Baker, so you and I are fine at pushing. So that's our argument. Where then from there we're able to take those stabs at running back that aren't sexy. I mean, they're vanilla. right? It's vanilla ice cream here. It's Raheem Mostert, Melvin Gordon, Kenyon Drake. It's the forgotten running backs who have roles, but at the end of the day, people don't like because they're after the shiny new toy. They're after Trey Sermon. They're after Javonte Williams, or they love Josh Jacobs, right? And I think regardless, we're just asking for one running back out of those to perform on a weekly basis with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And then from there, we're able to start locking in we're going to start taking all of our deep shots here at running back. We're going to start taking players like, Xavier Jones. We're going to start taking players like Chuba Hubbard. We're going to start taking players like Jerick McKinnon and Ramondre Stevenson, Rashad Penny, all those players that have upside that could be league winners if the running back one goes down.
Makes sense.
And we don't have to rely on them week in and week out. We have every position filled outside quarterback right now. It's purely an upside play. That's why I suck at Dynasty. Like, I have like I looked at the numbers. Like, I had a 63% win rate last year on FFPC. It was like 58.9% on Dynasty. And it's like, that's good compared to most Dynasty teams, but it's like, it wasn't what I was used to in like redraft. So I say I suck, but it's just a different mentality. Like I just always feel like I'm playing from behind in Dynasty.
Yeah. Dynasty's tough, dude. This is my third year playing it, and I have good builds, I have horrible builds. I have a tendency to burn future draft picks on players. That's my biggest downfall. It's hard to build when you don't have anything to outside of a third, fourth, or fifth round pick the next 2 years.
Yep. We've both been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, with quarterbacks flying off the board here, I would normally say we could push quarterback another round.
Defenses are going already. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a little early for defenses. This is about where you start seeing people take defenses, though.
And a kicker.
This is why I like drafting this time of year. We call this tourist season at the FFPC. All the tourists are in town, and they're drafting players that they shouldn't be drafting at ADP.
Yeah, no, I mean, anytime I'm in a draft with, and this could be good or bad, it depends on how you want to look at it, but with defense and kickers, those are always my last 2 rounds of the draft. Whatever's there, I'm going to take.
Yep.
I feel it's a reach to get anything earlier, and yeah, exactly. You
if I'm
don't
in
need
round
to hold
17,
2 or 3.
If I'm in round 17, I come around the turn and I don't like anybody there, sure, I'll take a defense that I like above someone else. But like, I'm not going out of my way in round 13, 14 and taking a defense.
Yeah. And a kicker.
Like,
our queue hasn't even dropped.
I know. I'm really hoping that 2 of these running backs make it back, and I don't care. We'll lock these 2 running backs, and then we'll play whatever quarterback comes back. I would love it, especially the guy in number 3 in our queue, Xavier Jones. If we can get Xavier,
yeah,
if we can get Xavier Jones and Chuba, that'd be nice. But Xavier and Jones and Penny now is nice. Take them defenses, boys. Take them. Load them up.
So where do you see what do you think how Traquan's going to do this year? Is he going to have any room to eat on that? Yeah.
Traquan sucks.
Yeah, he had a couple of good games
for like 4 years, and he has 80 catches in like 4 years. Damn, Jones just went. Okay. Evans is still here. McKissick is still here.
I mean, what we have in the queue, those two, I feel comfortable taking both of those guys.
Want McKissick and Penny?
Yeah.
I have two more. I'm not a huge McKissick fan, but I'll take him this late.
Who else did you put in there?
I feel like if he goes down, but I mean, we're talking about almost 2 rounds later. I put in Evans, Darrington Evans.
He didn't.
No, but if he got,
I mean, he didn't see the field last year.
well, he hurt his hammy, and then he hurt it again in preseason. So I'd say what Penny. If you want Penny and McKissick here,
I mean, we could take a shot on Darrington. I think I prefer Penny over McKissick.
okay. So Penny's locked. Who's the second one?
Ah, man.
I like McKissick here. I like Darrington. McKissick will never be the back, though, right? He's going to be.
But I mean, you think Darrington will? I mean,
If King Henry goes down, Darrington.
dude, that guy's a truck.
Yeah, but he's
He
had
ain't
300 carries the last 2 years.
All right, let's take a step.
I own
Take a
30.
shot.
I own 30% McKinnon. I own 30% Evans though, so I'm fine taking McKissick here and diversifying.
All right, let's do it. It's done.
Okay. I already felt it in your tone. I know you wanted to.
I just think he'll have more production. I think this year than Evans will. But I could be wrong. You're the professional here.
Professional is a very loose term here, Josh.
I know.
I'm going to start throwing our quarterbacks in the mix now. So I threw Baker in the queue, Kirk Cousins in the queue, Matt Ryan in the queue, any of which I'm fine starting on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with all those guys.
I'm going to add Ramondre Stevenson to the queue. I'm going to add
I like him.
Jerick McKinnon to the queue, and I'm going to add Quadri Ollison to the queue.
All right, so let me see. Oh, Aguilar went. I would have liked to seen him come back.
We do not need another receiver.
I know.
Stevenson just went.
So what about Ahmed?
Salvin Ahmed? No, I'm passing.
No?
I think Dokes has a chance to play above him at some point in the year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, last glass here, Josh. I finished the bottle. Yeah, buddy.
Good for you,
and
man.
we drafted a monster.
Yeah.
There
Good
goes
for you.
Darrington Evans.
What kind of wine is that anyways?
Sagacio Zinfandel. I love Sagacio. I think Team 6 drafted a good team. I mean, I might have passed on Logan Thomas, but it's such a value there. I think it's a good pick. I can't argue against it. I like all his picks. I think he drafted a fantastic team.
I mean, even with his rookie receivers, I don't know, redraft the whole rookie thing always makes me nervous. He Jalen Waddle, he passed on Mike Williams, or did he pass on Shark?
Sorry, which team? Oh, Jalen Waddle. 9.
Yeah.
I passed on Shark. I would have passed on Shark too.
Yeah.
Let me see who that is. I don't know who that is. Beckett is Rob Beckett. All I can find is a stand-up comedian. I don't know who he is. He's got a good team, though. A very good team. Like, I wouldn't change much about that team. I might have taken a running back a little earlier, but I like the fact that he pushed pushed quarterback. He got some really good tight ends. He got some great wide receivers. He's taking his stabs on painting it green late with running back. I think it's a good build.
Yeah, but I mean the whole painting it green thing down there. I mean you need to. I mean you're hoping somebody goes down for one of those guys to step up, though, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I think I would have liked at least one running back a little earlier, like a James Conner in round 9, probably over Waddle. You already, or maybe a there was a run before Rondell Moore. I think maybe he was relying on one of those guys coming back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 running backs went between 10 and 11 for him. I think he was probably relying on one of those guys coming back. It didn't happen. Because you add in over Rondell Moore, you add in a Drake, Melvin Gordon, Naheem Hines, or Zach Moss. That team's, I think, a lot better.
Yeah,
but so I think he just didn't expect that many to go. I mean, you're talking about 7 of 10 picks, all running backs there. But overall, I think it's a solid build. I don't hate it. Cole Kmet, round 16. That is a deal. Wow. He goes in round 13 on average.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering some of the tight ends have gone before him, like Ebron and Cook.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I think I would even take Kmet over Gronkowski.
Yep. 100%. I would, at least. I mean, Gronk goes ahead of him in these drafts, but
dude, he went in round 12.
That's where Gronk goes in these drafts, is round 12.
Wow.
Kmet usually goes in 13. Ferkser usually goes in 14. They both went in round 16 here. So those are some great values at those positions. But, I mean, one of them is the guy's tight end 4. It's not my style of drafting.
He's buying into the tight end premium.
He only has 3 running backs, and it's Fournette, James White, and Malcolm Brown. That's a little scary.
Little?
Yes, like thanks for the donation. Little scary.
Well, pile that onto the stack of wide receivers he has that won't be able to use every week.
Well, we are 5 picks away from our plan coming into light here.
So what are you thinking? Number 1 in the queue, and then 3 or 4?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. If Baker goes, who was the number 1, then we take Matt Ryan, and then we take either Ollison or McKinnon in there. They Atlanta cut Javian Hawkins today, so Quadri Ellison is the de facto number 2 without a doubt, and he's been running with the number 1s. Where McKinnon, I think, has more of a 3rd down role, but
I think I would like him over McKinnon.
I would like Quadri Ellison over McKinnon as well. I own a lot of McKinnon, so I'm fine diversifying here.
Yeah.
And we are 3 picks away. Both these guys have a quarterback, so hopefully they both don't double dip. That would kind of suck.
Yeah, but they're looking at us being like, hey, they don't have a quarterback. I hope so.
If they do, then it's okay. We take our running back.
There's still plenty of quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, I'm fine starting Sam Darnold week to week, whatever.
I think I
you don't like him?
Derek Carr over Sam Darnold.
Okay, hold up. Real talk though. Let's look at their weapons. Sam Darnold has Christian McCaffrey, who we could stack. It doesn't matter because the guy didn't take a quarterback, but Christian McCaffrey, who we could stack. They have Robbie Anderson. You want Baker here?
Yeah.
Baker and then Ollison?
Ollison, yeah.
Okay. So you have Christian McCaffrey, who we could have stacked with Sam Darnold if had both those quarterbacks gone. You also have DJ Moore. You also have Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall. It is going to be very hard for him not to succeed. I don't think it's out of the realms of possibilities that Sam Darnold finishes as a top 12 quarterback.
Wow.
That defense isn't good. Yes, the first 3 weeks they have easy matchups, but they're not an elite defense. They're going to give up a lot of points, which means they're going to have to pass a lot to keep up, which means that Sam Darnold's going to throw. And when you have those weapons like CMC and DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, it's going to be very hard for this man not to succeed in this offense.
No, I mean, it all sounds good. I like that. Hopefully he does succeed. Oh, Young Hoku.
I've enjoyed this with you, man.
Oh, yeah. It's been too long. It really has.
I remember drafting every year with you offline.
Oh, those were good times.
I remember the draft. I drove down from Northern California, and it was like a 6-hour drive. I get down there, and only 3 guys finished the draft. You weren't one of them.
I wasn't one of them. No, I was not.
That's how drunk everybody was. Fireball was being passed around.
Yeah, dude, that was a fireball. That was crazy.
Fireball would just like came out.
Oh man, yeah. Needless to say, I didn't do very well that year.
I'm sitting there. It was me and Eric are like 2 of the 3. I forget who the third one was. I think it was Warwick and Blarick. I think both of them were the 2 that we had. And for those of you listening, Warwick is white Eric, Blarick is black Eric. And so Warwick and Blarick are both drafting with me. And we're just giving everybody BPA unless we were up next. And then you got second BPA because we were drafting for you. So fuck y'all.
Oh man. Yeah, my season was horrible. I don't even know if I won a game that year.
I think you were out at like round 9.
It was bad. Yeah.
And I drafted for a third of the league, and I think I took 4. I think I drafted a better team for somebody else than I did for myself.
I remember somebody showing me a picture of what the draft board looked like afterwards the next day, and I'm like, "What the hell happened?"
It was so fun though. I mean, I love offline drafts. Like I got offline draft next week for the work league, and that's the only one of the year. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it would have been nice if we could have got together and got one done. But you're such a busy guy these days, man.
I apologize. That's me.
Oh no, you're fine. You're doing big things, bro.
Between the podcast, the store, and flying, and the wife hating me because I'm drafting every day, it was a tough ask.
Oh yeah, hey, I get it. After hearing how many teams you have, yeah, I get it.
Well, I only have a couple. Just a couple.
A handful at best. A handful.
I drafted 1 or 2.
100.
All right. I'm loving the team. I think it came together. We have all of our running back stabs. We have high-end wide receiver play. Both as upside plays between Terrace Marshall and Brian Edwards, plus our players up top. We're going to need a kicker. We're going to need a defense.
Oh, yeah, it's almost over, isn't it?
Yep, kicker, defense, and 1 more player. So let me take a look and see what kickers are available. Nobody worth taking early. Any defenses available? Yes. SF, Baltimore, Miami, Cleveland. I'm going to add them all to the queue. We can get Matt Ryan out of the queue now. And then I'm going to take a look at running back. Get add Gainwell into the mix. This is late for Gainwell. If he makes it back, we take him. Because Gainwell on average is going, I think, in 15. Yep, around 15. 15, 8, 9 is where he's going. That's another good stab.
Who do you think is going to be Eno Benjamin, how well do you think he's going to fare out in Arizona?
I like Benjamin. I've been taking him quite a bit because, especially when you own Drake. I mean, if Chase Edmonds goes down, Drake and Eno Benjamin are getting the bulk of the carries.
Drake?
I think he's a I'm sorry, not Drake. Sorry. Did I say Drake?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. James Conner. Okay. and
Edmonds.
Eno Benjamin will get the bulk of the carries. And then if Edmonds goes down, I think Eno Benjamin plays a lot more. I also like Kylan Hill because I think he's honestly I think in terms of talent, the best running back on the team. Over
in Green Bay?
Oh, dude, that dude is a fucking stud.
Really?
Yes. If you haven't watched Kylan Hill tape, go back and watch Kylan Hill tape. That's why I hate AJ Dillon. Because if Aaron Jones goes down, it's Kylan Hill's freaking show, and AJ Dillon is going to play the same role.
Huh, okay.
That dude is an animal. I've been taking Kylan Hill late and all these, but unfortunately, we can only take one more player. I'm fine taking Gainwell. I'm fine taking Hill here. Whoever makes it back, and then we take, I think, a defense because kicker doesn't matter at this point.
I mean, either one of the running backs is fine, and I'd say we go with your Niner defense.
Oh, say it again?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Say it again?
I don't want to.
They have a great shootout matchup.
We'll take your Niners defense. Does that make you happy to hear?
So just so you know, so FFPC shootout schedule, week 15 here, SF plays Atlanta, week 15. Week 16, SF plays Tennessee. That one kind of sucks. But if you stop the run game, you stop the team for the most part. Yes, they have Julio, so it's going to be that's the most challenging shoot-up matchup. Then week 17, SF has where is it? I didn't highlight it. Where is it?
Oh, Gainwell went.
Houston.
And
SF went.
Oh, SF went too. Well, now I'm not disappointed.
So Cleveland's a good defense, but they have Kansas City week 1. Miami's a good defense. They play week 1. New England. There could be some learning curves there. And then they also get
who does Jets. Cleveland play week 1?
Cleveland plays KC week 1. It's going to be a tough matchup, but the defense is legit.
Yeah, that is.
I wouldn't mind it. I don't own a lot of KC defense, and outside week 1. Okay, I think we take Kylan Hill as a stab.
Okay.
And then I'll let you pick Miami or Cleveland defense.
Ooh. Said Miami had who week 1? New England?
New England, but they also get the Jets twice a week or twice a year. They play Buffalo twice a year.
We're going to take Cleveland. We're taking it. We're going Cleveland.
Okay. He locks it in. I've been holding it. I can't hold anymore. We have one more pick. I'm going to go pee. I'm going to remove myself from the stream. Why don't you read them round 18 picks?
Round 18 picks?
Yep. I'll be ready.
So the round 18 picks, Kylan Hill. We'll start from the beginning. So Crowder went the first. CJ Uzomah, Tyler Bass, Watkins, Baltimore's defense, Alan Lazard, a couple of kickers in Prater and Suckup, Kenneth Gainwell, Niners defense, Chicago's defense, and again, we took Kylan Hill and Cleveland's defense. Overall, I think our team's pretty good. Some other good teams in here, but I really do actually like ours. Being this is the first one quarterback draft, like I said, I've done it in a long time. It was surprising to see some of these quarterbacks go as late and us being able to get Baker as late as we did. So, welcome back, William.
Hey, you like it? Did you like the draft?
Oh, dude, love it.
So
yeah, man.
I caught the tail end. You said that you were surprised to see quarterbacks go as late as they did. You're used to Superflex leagues. You're used to Dynasty. Walk me through and walk our listeners through, because I would consider you a Dynasty junkie. So like we have listeners on here, but Josh is playing in 20 plus, if not more, Dynasty leagues. What is it, 30?
25 probably. Then
plus redraft leagues. So
plus I got a total of 40. With redraft, best ball, but the majority is best Dynasty.
So Josh is a volume drafter here. He's playing in 30, 40 leagues. He's primarily playing on Sleeper. He plays on FFPC as well. But walk us through what you think is the biggest difference between your Sleeper leagues and FFPC.
Well,
quarterback, you said, was one of them.
Well, quarterback, one of them, and realistic. I think the quality of the people you're drafting against, the rooms are a lot tougher in the FFPC. And especially going against people that you're not used to in all these Dynasty leagues. You typically get in with a bunch of guys that you jump from league to league to league with, and you kind of learn their drafting patterns and their drafting habits, and how you can go about drafting with them. Whereas walking into these rooms, it's it is actually refreshing not knowing what people are gonna, and then people not knowing what your expectations are. So
you mean you don't have to draft against Chewy and Jobs and
yeah, exactly,
all the regulars.
Yeah, dude, exactly. And you, I hate drafting against you, especially when you're butted up right next to me. It just drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's one of the downfalls of playing leagues with friends that I mean, everyone knows who you're going to pick, and we're in so many together that it's like, oh, really? You took him? Really? Again?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's crazy. But like I said, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you playing with everyone and, learning all their personalities and whatnot. It's fun.
So final round here. We have one pick left. It has to be a kicker. Any kicker that you love that's left on the board?
I mean,
I'm recording.
No.
I was like, oh, I'm out of here.
That was pretty awesome.
I like Rodrigo Blankenship. He was going much earlier, and people are afraid that Wentz isn't playing. They're afraid of the offensive line with the injuries they've had. I think they're all ahead of schedule. It looks like they might be playing all week one. So Blankenship is someone I like to add. Although I do traditionally like to look at fair weather kickers, so I like Matt Gay. I also like Greg the Leg with the offense he has with Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you pick a kicker, it's basically kind of based off how you feel that offense overall is going to do, right? As far as, getting down touchdowns, field goal positions, all that.
Yeah, so a lot of things that I usually particularly like to lean towards either dome kickers who play at least half their season in the dome. So, like prior to Will Lutz injury, Will Lutz was one of my most owned kickers.
Mm-hmm.
I also like to look at fair weather kickers like Matt Gay or Robbie Gould or I'm blanking on his name right now. That's the kicker for the Cardinals. But I typically like to look at kickers who have fair weather or are not playing in snow most of the year.
Okay.
Or I'm looking at teams that have a good offense but aren't good at finishing drives. So for me, or maybe, hey, they're going to be in field goal position most of the year. So, of course, Tucker and Butker are off the list, or Young Wei Koo, right, playing in the dome, as well as a high-powered offense. So, I mean, those type of people are usually who I like to go toward, but yeah, I'm not taking kickers in this one. They went in round 14, round 15, round 17, right? I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm looking at somebody like Robbie Gold, who's playing in fair weather, Matt Gay, who plays in fair weather, Greg the Leg, who's playing in a high-powered offense, or Rodrigo Blankenship, who was money last year and is also playing an offense that is going to be driving the ball down the field.
Okay.
I mean, quite frankly, I credit where credit's due. Daniel Carlson for the Raiders was sneaky good last year.
Yeah, no, he actually did really well.
I prefer Blankenship and Matt Gay, but looking at the board, 1, 2, 3, all these guys have kickers.
Greg Leg just went.
Yep. So there's only one team left that needs a kicker. Nobody takes 2 kickers, and if they do, they need to just resign from fantasy football right now. But the player in pick 2 is the only player who does not have a kicker. So we'll either get Blankenship or Matt Gay.
You think he'll snag one of those guys?
I think he'll take one of them. Who knows? Maybe he's a Daniel Carlson fan. Maybe he's a Jason Myers fan. But I think he takes one of those 2. I think Blankenship or Gay go, and then we get the one of those last, whoever's there left. Yep, Team 6 knows what they're doing. It's a very, very, very good draft. I like Team 6, and I like our builds the best.
Yeah, Team 6 is good.
I like our running back situation better. Arguably, I like our tight end position better. It's very close. And I like our wide receiver position better. I favor us over Team 6, but I think Team 6 is the other solid team in this build or in this league.
I'd agree.
This draft was fast. Hour and 37 minutes. Pretty quick draft.
Yeah, not a lot of people burning that whole 60 seconds.
No.
Well, they're both there.
He's a Jason Myers guy. All right. Pick the kicker. Any kicker you want. I think the Rams have a better offense. And I think that they're also in better weather all year round.
Well, let's take him then.
Okay. Draft is complete. All right. Billy and Josh in the house.
Felt
we
good. We
have from the one hole, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle in round 2. He made it all the way to the end of 2. Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Mark Andrews, Juju Smith-Schuster, Laviska Shenault, we took early because we wanted to and we can. Jarvis Landry in the 8 hole, Raheem Mostert in the 9, Melvin Gordon in the 10, Kenyon Drake in the 11, Terrace Marshall and Brian Edwards in the 12-13 turn, Rashad Penny 14-15 with J.D. McKissick, Baker Mayfield in the 16th. Good thing we took him. Look, there was a couple more quarterbacks went off.
Went right afterwards. Yeah.
And then we had Quadri Ellison, Kylan Hill, Cleveland defense, and Matt Gay. Oh, this team, I just starched my shorts, Josh. I like this team.
Yeah, it should be produced pretty well this year.
I want to say thank you for coming on the pod. It was nice just chatting with you, chatting with a friend, talking football. Thanks for the support that you've showed the Finalists. You've been one of our most loyal followers as well as our most loyal supporters. For those of you who are watching, this is one of the benefits of our Patreon account. So go to patreon.com and just type in Fantasy Football Finalists, and we have different memberships over there. You can take a look at what we have. One for just supporting us. We welcome every McChicken that you sacrifice. And then you have $5 support, $10 support, and a $30 support. All of them come with benefits. We review your dynasty leagues We'll give you feedback. We do live draft reviews. I think we still owe you 2 draft reviews. So make sure we get those in here shortly. So
Yeah, for sure.
two draft reviews. Even if it's week 1, we can review them. But make sure you get those over to us. We'll take a look at your last 2 draft reviews. And then we have, as well as you get our projections for every team, 32 NFL teams, top to bottom, every single stat, every single player, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end, every throw, every attempt, every completion, every running attempt, average yards per carries, touchdowns, you name it. All of our projections are in there for your taking with those memberships. So take a look at it, patreon.com, Fantasy Football Finalists. Josh, again, thank you for joining us. It was a blast drafting with you, buddy. I love you. I miss you. Haven't seen you in a few years. It was good to see you in person here fairly in person. We're here talking digitally, virtually, whatever you want to call it. But I appreciate you coming on. Why don't you tell people where to find you on Twitter? Give them the 411.
I don't really do the whole Twitter thing. I don't even know what my Twitter handle is. I just
Josh on Twitter.
Yeah, it's somewhere. You can find me under my name. No, man, I greatly appreciate you having me on, man. This was a blast. Definitely good to see you through a screen. Yeah, anyone out there, sign up with these guys, man. It's great. They have a lot of great information that they can give you, and get to do fun shit like this. So, thanks a lot, Billy.
Yeah, we get to win $500,000. That's what we get to do.
That's right.
Right here. All right, buddy. I'm going to end the broadcast here. We'll talk off stage here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Take care.